Hello everyone. We are actually now going to put on the handguard that I just got in. I'll explain that when we get to it, but first thing you have to do to the FPC is take off the old plastic one. There's like 6 or 7 screws on top and the bottom. They're a number 8 or 9 Torx. I believe it's the number 8 Torx. Take that off, put it to the side, and you're gonna get this. If you have a muzzle device on it, it needs to come off. I've already loosened it. And that's fairly simple there, but this is something you don't even need a wrench for. On every FPC I've dealt with, worked on, or owned, that barrel nut right here comes off that easy. It's barely even hand tight. Take that off, put it to the side. You'll need a 9/64 hex key for the handguard, a 13/16 for the Taccom adapter nut, and then you'll need a 1 3/16 for the barrel nut. So one thing I do is on this one, because I am not changing it, I am gonna put a little bit of thread locker on it. Put that puppy on here, spin it. Keep a rag there because that stuff kind of gets all over the place. Take your 13/16. I'm going to just snug it on there a tad bit. Nothing overpowering. Just going to snug it on. Make sure I can still see a gap right there, so I think we're good. There we go. Nice and tight. I'm going to put on my barrel nut, and I am going to use a little bit of thread locker on it. The one thing I like about the handguard that I got this handguard from Daytona Tactical out of Florida. This particular handguard had a steel barrel nut to it. The one I got for another gun had an aluminum barrel nut to it, and it wasn't knurled like this. And I like that because that's really going to help catch that on there. Put a little pressure on it. There we go. I'm going to leave it just like that. And I like that. We'll let that dry, but we're going to go ahead and put this on. Put your handguard on. And one thing I like to do, I get my little level, put it on there, make sure everything's good. I like to visually look at it while I'm doing this. Still a little bit off. There we go. From what I can see, looks really good. According to my level, looks really good. So I am going to leave it right there for a minute. But the only thing about if you use an AR-15 handguard and a Taccom barrel nut, you're going to get this space right here. Nothing you can do about it. It's just the way it is. I personally don't really care. I'm going to put my red dot here, so it's going to cover most of it. I'm not worried about that. Then, of course, you can put all this stuff back on. I'm not going to tighten this. We'll do that later because I got to time this. And basically, that would be it, with the exception of tightening your handguard. Mine happens to be a 9/64 Allen key, and I just tighten them up to where they're nice and snug. Not overly done. If I feel a lot of pressure to it, I'll stop. I don't want to strip out nothing. And then I can sit here. It's pretty solid, and I got what I want. This is a tungsten gray, and it's probably 98% close to the same color as this one. So I'm happy with it. There it is. That's how quick and easy. Add maybe 3 minutes for taking off the old one. I don't know how long this video is, 5 minutes, so 10 minutes you can have this all completely done. Now it's time for me to put all my parts on. We'll talk about that later. You guys have a good day. Any questions, post them below and we'll go over it. You guys have a good day.